Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Everything HR Podcast. I'm your host, Manuel Martinez, founder and CEO of OmniHR. And today, Dorian and I are going to be talking a little bit about OmniHR and our current offerings.
Yeah. So OmniHR. Tell me a little bit. Tell me how you started it. What's the backstory on OmniHR?
Yeah, so I actually started OmniHR back in 2022. It started off as a recruiting agency, and I kind of enjoyed the recruiting agency side of it. I was working in HR at an organization at the time, and they actually let me go because of me starting my own company. They stated that it was a conflict of interest, which I do not disagree with. I'm not going to try to defend myself here, but that is something that happened, and I took some time, realized that I wanted more out of OmniHR. The reason why I named it OmniHR is because at the end of the day, I really enjoyed HR. I kind of started HR because of the mentorship, the training development, and the culture building aspects.
Yeah.
And that ended up making me then want to go into HR, which then, after I got enough experience, I wanted to start my own company. And then from there, I ended up just really enjoying it and wanting to expand our services to now we offer all 7 functions of HR.
Yeah. So I was actually checking out the LinkedIn profile, the OmniHR LinkedIn profile. I'm seeing that you're offering a basic functions bundle.
Yeah, yeah. So
So yeah, tell me a little bit about that bundle. Like what does someone get
yeah,
with that bundle?
for sure. So our basic foundations bundle, it's actually a part of our employment law and compliance section. So our function there, it's just a small portion of it. So a lot of companies will sell just an employee handbook, third party, and they'll sell it for about $1,000 to $5,000 for just the employee handbook.
Wait, $1,000 to $5,000, bro,
Yeah, yeah, no, that's
for
that's
for an
legit.
employee
For
handbook?
just an employee handbook, yeah, getting a new employee handbook written up for a company, that's around the price.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And what with that with the bundle with you, what is like the price point for that?
Oh, so we're actually giving away that fully for free.
For free?
Yeah, so it's a unique employee handbook. We actually customize it per organization,
Okay.
and we also provide 5 policies and procedures. Yeah,
Okay.
so for that we have a list of over 20 policies and procedures, and each individual who chooses it, they can actually select whatever 5 they want from that list,
Okay.
and we'll give it to them.
Oh wow. So
So
you
yeah,
do a lot of the research and like you offer them like what what they want to include in their handbook and you work directly one on one with them. Is that
yep,
correct?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's how our employee law and compliance kind of functions. And then for this bundle, it's really just a unique thing. I'm really stoked that we get to give it out for free.
No, yeah, especially if someone doesn't have to pay $1,000 to $5,000 just for an employee handbook. Um, Dude, that's like an ultimate deal. Like I don't understand like why other companies aren't doing that.
Yeah.
I guess I mean you're just one of one at the end of the day.
Well, I mean that's in a nutshell, that's kind of the goal. I really did want to make OmniHR something that covers everything. It does everything that an HR department would, which is really rare actually. Like not a lot of organizations do that. And even right now, when you look at third-party HR companies, there's really 3 main types. So you've got HR consulting, which is in a nutshell, I tell you what to do. You have your HR, like a professional employer organization, so
Okay.
a PEO, and
Yeah.
that's basically just your HR services side. And those can be done with you or done for you.
Okay.
And then last up is going to be HR software. So that would be your human resource information system, human resource management system, and kind of things like that. And those are, I give you the license, you're able to use this software, and then you're responsible for doing everything yourself.
Right.
So
Uh,
those are kind of the 3 ways that HR functions. And what makes us different, like you said, is we actually do 2 of those functions. So we do HR software and the HR services, and our services aren't limited. We do all 7 functions that a fully functioning HR department would do in, one lump sum.
oh wow. That probably would save companies a lot of time and a lot of money um, having your services there because maybe paying a whole HR department for the cost of your services probably it might be cheaper to go with your services that you work directly one on one with them and you get you know, everything that they need done, all 7 functions, and not just like a few here and then like a few there, and then they're paying somebody else to do whatever it may be, um, and not everything matching up and lining up. Um, yeah. So, how do you like running your own business? Like, how is it?
Honestly, I like it a lot. I underestimated how much work it was going to be. So after I started the company, like I said, kind of towards the end of 2022, I ended up getting laid off, or I was let go from my other organization, the one that I was working and getting an actual paycheck for. And then I kind of had some time where I had to really identify what I wanted OmniHR to be. Uh, I was a one of one employee. I didn't have anyone else working with me. Now that's very different. I have a team that's helping me out, and I'm super happy about that. But to get to this point was a lot of, just lonely work, grinding, just early hours, late nights, and kind of just seeing how I could help, how I could fit what I wanted into what is needed out kind of in the marketplace.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's all I have for you. Omni HR sounds like a real deal right there, man. If I had a company, definitely would be choosing Omni HR for sure. Especially with for HR, I wouldn't have to worry about anything. I know that for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's actually one of the big things is that the clients that we talk to right now, one of the biggest things that they've brought up is the fact that they they can focus on their operations.
Right.
And that's a really key thing that a lot of smaller companies, which is really who we're reaching out to. We're reaching out to right around 20 team members to 70. We can support up to about 500 employees in one company. As far as the HR services side, the software we can go bigger.
Right.
But as far as the services side, because they are more one on one, and we are able to offer them more. But right around 20 employees is when you really start feeling the hurt. That's when
Yeah.
you really start feeling like, yeah, I need HR. Like I need some sort of function that is able to help me out and is able to kind of push forward.
Right.
And companies don't realize that when they're so small. But when you look at big companies, all of them have HR. Like there's not a single large company that doesn't have HR.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you need it. Who's doing your payroll? Who's doing your training development? How's your onboarding process? Like those are all headaches, if I'm being honest. Headaches that I like. I enjoy that side of things. But most companies, most business owners, they want to grow. They want to do the fun stuff. They want to do the sales. They want to increase their clients and do this and that. But at the end of the day, they don't, or at least they don't always realize that it's the small stuff that matters. It's making sure that you don't get fined. It's making sure that your compliance is solid, that you have a streamlined onboarding process. You don't want to hire someone, give them 100 videos, and be like, I'll see you in 7 weeks. That's just,
Yeah.
what's the benefit?
Yeah.
As opposed to that, an onboarding with a Zoom call or a one on one training, or having some key videos, things like that, is much more beneficial. And it's not something people realize until they've already stagnated, until they've
Right.
already stayed at the same area and they don't know how to grow. And they're not realizing that because they don't have someone watching their back, watching their admin side, they can't grow in the front end.
Okay. Awesome.
So thank you again, Dorian. And if you enjoyed the information and if you stuck with us this long, I really appreciate it. If you like the content, please rate the show. And if you're feeling a little crazy, maybe share it with someone.